You know, why is it as fans we feel compelled to consume every single piece of content within our favorite franchises? Is it necessary? Is it responsible? Or is that really the behavior that is causing these divides that we often have, these heated discussions that we always have, and the overall toxic environment that most fandoms are existing within? In today's video, we're going to explore that notion, and we're going to ask ourselves, with a vast universe such as Star Wars, is it really necessary to watch everything to be a true fan? Because we as people get to decide, and we need to understand that there is a depth of content within the Star Wars franchise. There is a freedom to choose quality over quantity, and there's an importance of individual preferences and priorities. This doesn't just limit to Star Wars itself. This can be utilized for any other franchise. I'm using Star Wars as an example because I enjoy Star Wars. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Bosha, what is good, guys? My name is SoTeeko, and we are back today. And I've been wanting to make this video for a very long time, but I finally figured out the right way to address it, the right way to make it. And today we're going to be talking about understanding the content that we get isn't necessarily the content for us. I'll be using personal examples, I'll be using generalizations, and most importantly, I will be giving advice. Sit back, relax, have a good one, and let's get into this. So within the Star Wars franchise, we have 11 films, we have a plethora of television series, we have comics, we have books, audiobooks, video games, VR, endless content. I feel like there is not another IP like this that has this much of everything. And that's why it's so extensive. It's so extensive, and it's nearly impossible to consume everything. It shouldn't be a stamp card. It shouldn't be a merit badge. That doesn't define what a fan is. As a Star Wars fan, as a fan of any IP, you have the freedom to choose quality over quantity, and you can choose a quality of content throughout various mediums. You can like video games, you can like the movies, you can like TV shows. Doesn't necessarily mean you're diving into comics, doesn't necessarily mean you're watching every single TV show. Personal example, I've not ever seen the Resistance series. I've not ever seen Young Jedi Tales. I've not ever seen the Ewok shorts, you know? Does that make me a fake fan? No. I've barely dove into comics. The only comics I've seen are from like Star Wars Theory, reading the comics on YouTube, because those aren't mediums that I am familiar with, nor am I interested in investing in, simply to get more story for characters that I'm not really invested in the first place. I have one quote that I live by, and that is, time is the one currency that you can never make back. You can always make money back, but you can never make time back. So I don't want to time sink into something that I don't enjoy in the first place just to feel like I'm a fan of something, when the only person that could tell you if you're a fan of something is you. I love the Star Wars movies. 1 to 7 are phenomenal. 9 is good. I'm not a fan of 8. There's good stuff in it. I like the characters. Don't like the writing. I don't engage with it that often because of that. I'm not a big comics guy, but if there's a comic about a character I like, maybe I'll look into it. Maybe I'll check it out. I've read the Kylo Ren one. I listened to the Darth Vader one. I listened to the Dr. Aphra one. I'm getting more into books now. Read the Thrawn trilogies. Read the Bane trilogy. Read Shadows of the Sith. Great books. I read that terrible book Battle Scars. It sucked. Time sink. Waste of energy. It's important to have these individual preferences and priorities, because if someone says you're not a real fan because you've never seen the Clone Wars, who's the real fan and who's not? If someone ever tries to gatekeep, they're not a real fan. They're not. There's no gatekeeping. And the weirdness need for, inclusivity about this. It's an open IP. Everyone enjoys it. It's almost 50 years old. There's probably bigger Star Wars fans that have passed away than there are, that have even seen the prequels because they passed before they came out. It doesn't matter how important something is to you. You can't use that to then claim that something isn't important to somebody else. Case in point, Rey Skywalker. Rey Skywalker doesn't have to be your favorite character. You don't have to like the character. I like the character. A lot of people like the character. If you don't, that's cool. Don't engage with it, because it's not there for you to engage with. People think that social media is all about like territories and sides. It's not. It's like clubs at school. If you're not interested in something, don't join the club. If you join the club to then just make fun of the club, you're a troll, and there's always going to be trolls, and that's fair and that's fine. But I encourage you guys to embrace your unique interests, embrace your unique perspectives, embrace your unique opinions. Have your own opinions, have your own wants, watch what you want, read what you want, see what you want. Don't worry about what you don't. I'm not going to watch Skeleton Crew. I don't care for it. It's not my cup of tea. I'm going to watch Andor 2. I'm going to watch Ahsoka 2. I'm going to watch The Acolyte. I'm going to watch Tales of the Jedi Season 2. I'm going to watch the new Jedi Order movie. I'm going to watch Dawn of the Jedi. I'm not going to watch Skeleton Crew. It's not for me. It's not my demographic. I'm good. I'm not going to dive into new comics. It's not for me. It's not my demographic. I'm good. There's an expansive galaxy of content. Endless amount of characters. Why opt to sit and hate on characters you don't like when you could revel in the existence of characters that you love? And that's what I'm trying to say here, is that you have the freedom to choose quality over quantity. You don't need to consume every bit of an IP to consider yourself a fan. I'm a baseball fan. I watch the Seattle Mariners. I don't watch the Pittsburgh Pirates. Am I not a baseball fan? I'm a football fan. I watch Manchester City every game. I don't watch Millwall. Am I a football fan? There's levels to this. And we got to stop the gatekeeping. And we got to start loving our characters, loving our Star Wars again. You don't have to watch something. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Leave it at the door. Go back to what you like. It's that easy. Creativity is what we need in the Star Wars fandom. Create stories. We love fan fictions. I'm writing a book off characters I love. Luke Skywalker, Ben Solo, Nathan Kaiso, Rina Tano. I'm writing books that I love, man. I implore you all to do the same. Let's make Star Wars great again. It's been your boy SoTeeko. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. And above all else, guys, make sure to stay safe. Tell your parents that you love them. With peace, knowledge, and serenity, may the Force be with you. 'Cause I'm out. Peace. Don't forget to check out the Archives podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Google Podcasts, and everywhere else you get your podcasts.